Hello. Let's see. Thank you guys for your patience as I do set this up. Hope you guys have some questions for me. But yeah. There we go. I just want to mute this and see. Hi, there's my sister. All right. Hi, David. How are you guys today? Thanks for joining. I'm actually eating lunch at the moment, so bear with me. My husband is amazing.
Am I a vampire?
You? For those who can see.
It's on delay.
Yeah, for those of you who can see, there we go. My husband just kind of came into the screen. But welcome, guys. Thanks for joining. Yes. It is yummy. He made Brussels sprouts with bacon and steak. I am spoiled. I am very spoiled. So, cleaning your house and using this to take... Yeah, no, this is a good reason to take a break. Good reason to take a break. So, thank you guys for joining. Happy to have some people here. So, anyway. What questions? And again, if you don't, I'll just talk about whatever gets to, comes to mind. But I am also eating this very yummy meal that my husband prepared. Brussels sprouts, when made properly, muy bueno. I am learning Spanish actually at the moment, attempting to slowly. So, though I am working on my Japanese as well, I do enjoy my languages, for sure. Hi, Ryu. I haven't heard from you in a long time. I hope you're well. It's nice to see you. So, is there anything you guys would like me to talk about or ask today? I know. Ooh. Who is my favorite person that I've cosplayed and why? I mean, Princess Anna is definitely up there. I do look a lot like Princess Anna when I cosplay her, and I just feel like our personalities mesh, so she's always a fun one to cosplay, but it might be Asuna and Tosaka. So Asuna Yuki from Sword Online is really fun to cosplay because I get to wave around a sword. And let's be honest, when is that not fun? So that's that. And Tosaka is really fun because you can play around with the magic aspect. So I would say it's hard to pick one, but definitely those would be probably my favorites. Oh, good question, David. So, what are your thoughts about cons coming back amid COVID? In general, not specifically. If we're saying amid COVID, I'm not the hugest fan of that unless there may be an outdoor con. Because, hi Stevie, I believe that we should all be doing our part to lessen the spread and make sure our families and our friends are safe. Like, if I go out, I wear a mask. I've already gotten the first set of the vaccine, which I highly recommend. Do your research. Talk to your doctor about that. But vaccines are important, and though it won't It's not a cure-all. It will help in getting life back to normal. However, social distancing, mask wearing, a lot of that is going to be necessary for a while, even once a lot of people are vaccinated. So with the thoughts of cons coming back, I did like the idea of virtual cons. I haven't had time to attend them. Unfortunately, I was busy during the times when a lot of the virtual cons came out. But I think that cons can, once more people are vaccinated, cons can at least start at a small scale, like limiting the number of con goers and having them outdoors as a start. But it's going to, sorry, my cats are acting up. Apollo, be nice. Yes, you. Go. Okay. Sorry about that. If you have pets, Artemis, no, that's you. Never mind. Might be yelling at the wrong cat, apparently. You guys are playing. Okay, we're good. We can ignore the cats now. Unfortunately, I cannot angle the camera at the moment to show them. They're not in a good access point. But yeah, I do think cons will, once people are vaccinated, and I mean, again, I do recommend, my personal opinion, that we get vaccinated. But it's going to be small scale, and it's going to be recommended like outdoor spaces initially because it'll still be safer. But like big cons like New York Comic Con and all those ones that are like 20,000 plus people all crammed together, I don't see that as a good idea yet because it's going to take a while for people to get vaccinated, and unfortunately there's going to be people who choose not to because it's been a rushed vaccine and they don't trust it. And again, I can't blame them. It's your body, your choice, but it is something that Anime New York City too is huge, but it is something we as congoers have to think about. It's like, we have our own families. Like, I know I have, besides myself being considered high risk, like lots of my family's members are high risk, or even more so than I. So I do think cons will come back, but I think they should come back slowly. Hi, Anthony. Welcome. And again, just checking the comments. Now that I finished answering that question, Ryu, I'm glad that you and your son are doing well, that you guys are busy. I mean, busy can be good or bad, but I'm happy that you guys, have a job, your family's safe. I'm very happy to hear that. And yes, to finally answer that, small in the summer, I wouldn't do it yet. In the summer, maybe some small get-togethers, like photographers and small groups of cosplayers who take precautions, but it's going to be a no-go for big cons, definitely. And yes, Stevie, there's a lot of people who are high risk, and unfortunately, with pandemics, we've lost a lot of good people. So we do our part. I mean, not necessarily the most fun topic to discuss, but I mean, it is something that we, have to think about these days as cosplayers. Thank you, Kate. I do like that question. What kind of safety protocols would you recommend for cosplay modeling shoots? So what I recommend is, most of us have pods at this point with either very close friends or family members, depending on our needs. And like, for example, I have someone who just happens to be in our pod that's not our family member. But I would stick with only people who are in your pod or have been, for the most part, socially distancing, taking safety protocols. Maybe they've already gotten the vaccine. But as for safety protocols, I would keep the groups small. I would make sure people are following most safety protocols outside of the shoot. Again, I'm not talking big cons here. I'm talking like regular cosplay modeling shoots with posts. Thankfully, with cameras, photographers, you can be spaced out, but you won't get some of those close-up shots, but cameras have so many capabilities. Thank you for visiting, Ryu. Have a great day, and thank you for your well wishes. It's nice that you stopped in to say hi. Bye. But definitely to continue answering that question, the nice thing about cameras is you don't have to be within 6 feet of the cosplayer to take decent photos. So it does limit you a little bit. But if you're using props and like the photographer's touching things and handing you things, like these things can be wiped down. Like I have a photographer friend, Unlimited Crossroads, sorry, I had to think about it. And he often uses this gem and lighting, like the little big diamond or whatnot, and lighting to add special effects to his photos. And so you might be touching that gem, but you can wipe that gem down with a sanitizing wipe before like handing it off. You can also, again, like I said, the photos don't have to be within 6 feet. So just making sure the area is clean. Outdoor photo shoots are definitely ideal, but if it is a big space and you have a big space where you can socially distance inside, because not all photo places are big enough to do this, but there are some that are big enough that you can space out and still, get some good shots indoors. Again, check the venue, check to make sure that the person you're working with or people, if you do want to do something with a group, have been socially distancing. Wear masks when you're not taking photos, for sure. Yes, definitely limit the number of people in the shoot. So it's definitely like something that can be done, especially on the small scale. You just, again, take proper precautions. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining. I'm always happy to see new people, and it's an interesting video today. Today we're talking about cosplay and COVID, apparently, but I'm glad you're enjoying this video. Thank you, David. I know it more from the cosplay side, so I appreciate your input. So yeah, they can use bigger lenses. The lighting doesn't have to be, held by nearby people. Again, Thank you. So bigger lenses for close-ups. Thank you, David. So definitely small photo shoots are doable. I haven't yet done them myself because I've been really busy and I only really do trade for prints. So I trade my cosplay modeling skills and get pictures for them out of it, usually both I and the photographer can use the photos as we wish within, proper laws and safety and things like that. Any other questions? Really good questions today, so thank you guys for participating and coming. We got quite a few people here today. And again, sorry about last week. I couldn't do it. As you guys know, am a teacher also. And it's the end of semester. Kids were throwing lots and lots of work at me to make sure that they passed the classes. Students being students, didn't turn it in on time. So panicking and just means, little extra work crunch to make sure everything was graded in time. Other questions? Again, thank you guys. It's quite a few of you here today. If there aren't other questions, I will happily look up some of the other ones. I'm still organizing the interview questions myself for when I hope to interview more of you guys. But Let's see what we got. Ooh, okay. Well, I got some questions. So first, I'll respond to David just because it'll be quick. Well, quick for me because we all know that I am not a quick talker, but I also want to go to cosplay, back to doing cosplay photo shoots once COVID blows over. I just want to make sure I am not putting myself or my friends and my family at risk, because it is definitely something like, even once I get the second dose of the vaccine, just because I will most likely be safe doesn't mean I don't carry the vaccine and can give it to someone else. So again, it is definitely not quite ready for that, but we are at least heading in the right direction now. Ideal cosplay environment and what kind of outdoor setting do you find best for photo shoots? Both are very good questions and kind of tie in together, so I will answer these the best I can. And again, let's see. So ideal cosplay environment for me is differs based on the character that you are cosplaying. So if I'm cosplaying as a dancer, a dance studio would be great for that cosplay. If which I'm recently, my husband and I have been watching and catching up on Attack on Titan because, like I said, I've been busy. I've fallen behind on the anime. It's so unfortunate. And there are a bunch of characters that I would love to cosplay from there, but I think I'm leaning towards Hanji right now. Gotta love Hanji. But say I'm doing a Attack on Titan cosplay, like a wall would be a great cosplay location for that. Forest would be a great cosplay location for that. So ideal cosplay environment really depends on the character that you're cosplaying. So if you need say your character's a pianist. If you can take a cosplay and you have a friend who's got a piano and is willing to let you take pictures there, that's great. Okay? So for also another ideal cosplay environment is it has a lot of variety. It's all different so that you can get different types of shoots, okay? So say there's a gazebo at the park. That's great. That's one different thing. Say there's this tree that's climbable. Like, I don't know if I recently posted one of my black cat pictures. And there's one I have that I haven't posted yet that I'm literally in the tree, climbing the tree. So, again, having a variety of different things, a pond, like a piano, like just that variety makes a great ideal environment. Amanda, I do see your questions. I'm happy to answer it. I'm just finishing up. For outdoor settings, again, it depends on the cosplayer and the character, but for one, you guys have said, I don't know if you guys seen the one where I was Princess Anna and I was literally standing on a frozen lake. Like, that's a legit frozen lake where I did the pose and costume where Anna is freezing over to save Elsa. Like, I lucked out that there was a frozen lake at the park that we were at. And I took the risk and climbed out on the lake. Thankfully, it was solid. But do be careful in those cases. So, best, cheapest cosplays for people on extremely limited means and family cosplays, okay? So, any of the schoolgirl outfits are usually pretty, depends on the quality that you want. But schoolgirl outfits are usually good for group cosplays because there's lots of characters usually in the group. So, like, this would be a good one for family, like, say, Sailor Moon. Mom does one character, dad does another, and the three girls can also be some of the characters from it. So I find schoolgirl ones are great. Any school academy one is good for group cosplays. Princess costumes, the cheaper ones are usually like from Disney and stuff, are pretty good. But you definitely have to search around and look at the reviews because the reviews will tell you the best. Because the costumes that look like they're too good to be true are often too good to be true. So do look at the examples, or you can look for a show that, and I don't know these off the top of my head, but the show where people wear normal day-to-day clothes. So like one of my costumes I've done is L from Death Note. He's wearing a white sweater and jeans. Like, it's the makeup that really sold that costume for me. And I'm terrible at makeup. I have been very lucky to have friends who help me. But yes, schoolgirl and princesses are definitely something I would recommend starting with if you want to do it with your girls. Just make sure it's a series that they like. And also, because you guys asked for bigger girls or bigger cosplayers, I am personally of the opinion that you should be able to cosplay whatever you want. However, saying that, I understand that you want to be comfortable with your body. So, and I have this problem too, like, I get very self-conscious of my stomach. Like, there's one costume I want to do so bad, but because it shows the stomach, I have been very hesitant to do it. I hope one day to do it, and I still struggle with that myself. You know, we all have self-esteem issues sometimes, but for bigger girls or people who are very self-conscious, it is more expensive. So this is something to consider, but get a costume tailor-made for yourself. So get your measurements, like have somebody you know who knows sewing, get your measurements, and though again, it's more expensive, get something that is tailored for your body because you will feel way more comfortable in that costume regardless of what you choose. Because, like, if you want to do Sailor Moon, you do Sailor Moon. If you want to do Totoro, which is a great one for big people, but again, if you want to do Totoro. Again, I think that you should be able to cosplay and do whatever character you love. So, again, this is more for, it does cost more, but it is something maybe you consider if there's a character you really, really want to do. Put a little money aside, save it up, and find a good tailor or seamstress who makes costumes and get your measurements and have them make it to your body. Because when it fits right, it looks so much better. Like, there are some costumes, like, I ended up, when I was living in Korea, I actually went, because when I got the costumes, they didn't fit me right. I went and paid extra to get a tailor to fix it for me so that it fit me and it looked way better. And thank you, Stevie. I appreciate it. Indoor studios. So for indoor studios, just going back, so I don't want to ignore David's question here. I'm assuming, and you're welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, that this is in reference to what's like a good setting for an indoor. I do go back to that idea of variety. So have things that'll suit different characters. So one indoor shoot I did with was it Western Sky? No. I don't remember off the top of my head. I can look it up. But I will have to find out later because I'm blanking for a while. It has been a couple of years, but one of my favorite photographers, he had an indoor photo shoot, and he had a white wall. A white wall is excellent because then you can just put props in front of it and snap away. but he had chairs. He had some extra costumes or clothes there for changes, though we brought our own changes. He had a bed. He had this like bright red couch. There was like a corner that was like a dark living room. Different types, different ways to get lighting. He had a fog machine. So having variety, I think, regardless of what that variety is really good for indoor photo shoots. Favorite cosplay memory story? Well, I did share about the one with Princess Anna and how when I was cosplaying Princess Anna, the little kids would just stare at me because I look so much like some people have a character that just suits them. That's Princess Anna for me. And you would just see the little Korean kids, their eyes wide, their mouths open, and they're just like, oh my God, Princess Anna is real. And like that, I've mentioned that before. It's one of my favorite. But another one that comes to mind is when I was cosplaying Maria Wong at JCon. And unfortunately, my friends and I were like, we're going to do a Descendants of Darkness group cosplay. It never happened. I was the only one who did it. Anyway, I went and did Maria Wong, though I think I ended up having my hair down. And we were playing cosplay chess at JCon. If you guys don't know what JCon is, it is a small anime convention at Elizabethtown College that I co-founded with Anne-Marie Hamlin, I think. And we co-founded it, and unfortunately with COVID, it might have died at this point. But it was going strong for a while. I hope it does come back after COVID's over. So sad. So many things have disappeared. You know, I posted about the New York Halloween store going away. But anyway, back to the favorite memory or story. There were a couple things. Actually, I don't remember what Anne-Marie's character was, but the first year, she killed me in cosplay chess. Killed me. So sad. So, I think I was Mocha the first year. Mocha Kashia, but I could be wrong. And the second year, it was my turn to get revenge, and we used to joke about it being the Battle of the Queens. And regardless of whether you won or lost, you got to, like, act out the character and battle each other. And that was really cool. And so that was one of the cool things is like my surrender is I'm like sinking to my knees, losing. But there was another guy. If you don't know, Maria Wong is a vampire. So I had like a white shawl around, and so for my attack, I wrapped the white shawl around and pulled the guy in and like kissed his neck. As like a vampire sucking their blood and killing them, and then they fall to the ground. So, you know, sexy vampires seduce, bite, die. And that was fun, but it was the comment afterward, because when the next person I was to kill came up, they're like, oh my God. It's like, he's got a girlfriend. Be nice. And so I did it a little differently that time, but that was a good memory too. And I mean, I have lots of memories that come to mind from time to time. It is, you know, a fun sport. Or, not really a sport, but it's fun to do. Oh, person after my own heart. Okay. I have not ever cosplayed any Vampire Slayer from anything, but you can ask my sister. I am one of the biggest Buffy fans in the world. I own the whole thing on DVD. I would love, love, love to cosplay as Buffy at some point. In fact, really should put that on there. Buffy Summers as one of my lists. But as a big person, like, the nice thing about Buffy is she wears natural clothes. So just, again, like I said for the cosplaying for big girls is get things that fit you. So look, take a picture of her outfit and go buy those clothes, but in your size. Because like when things fit you, it automatically looks better. And like I said, I don't care who you want to be, you do you. And so like Buffy is actually a relatively easy one because like a lot of her costumes are just everyday clothes. And I think that you can really easily just buy clothes that suit you. I think the hardest thing is she's very much a blonde. That's a hard one for me. Thank you. I love Buffy. That's definitely one I should consider one day as a closet cosplay. But again, for me, I think the hair would be the hardest for me because I'm not a blonde. But thank you so much. But it is the end of AMA. I have to say thank you guys so much. It was so nice to have so many people here to talk to and, you know, answer all these questions. So I do try to do this every Sunday. And if I'm not doing it, I try to let you guys know right away. Because again, real life gets in the way. You get exhausted. Things come up. It is what it is. But please feel free to write down your questions and come back. Thank you guys so much. Oh, yeah, no, you're even better than me. I want to go back and watch Buffy in sync with Angel, like, because I know you can do it chronologically, but I've struggled with that because Buffy is so long, and I've watched all of Buffy, but I've struggled because I know if I start Angel, I want to watch them all.
So you would say you're a Buffy buff? Yeah,
I'm a Buffy buff. Thank you so much, but please come back. It has been great talking to you guys. Again, AMA is way more fun when I'm not just answering questions off a script. I definitely enjoyed this. And come again, guys. Thanks. See you next time.